What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mia, and I'm back to give you guys another room tour and resort review for you guys. So if you have never heard of Temptation in Cancun, or if you have and you're just trying to get a little bit more insight on it, this is the place for you guys. This resort is so unique. You're going to want to stay to the very end of this video where I give you tips on the things you need to know and you want to know about this resort. But of course, I'm going to jump right into the basics first. Okay, so the basics about this resort is the name is Temptations Resort. It is in Cancun, Mexico. Since it's in Cancun, you already know it's super hot. It's humid there. Of course, this also depends on the time that you go. If you go during the winter time, it obviously won't be as hot. But we went in the middle of September, and boy, it was hot. But it was still great. You have the beach, you have the pool, so it all works out, right? So this resort has 426 rooms. It has 7 restaurants, 5 bars, 2 pools, a gym, a salon, a spa, and a business center. The business center only have 3 computers, so it's not like, you know, super big or anything like that. The looks of this resort is super colorful, super wavy, chic, modern, sleek, all of that kind of stuff. The crowd is 21 years of age and older, so no 18-year-olds. You have to be 21 years old to go to this resort, and this resort is all inclusive. So that means all of your beverages, all of your food, your room, all of that comes in one price. Okay, it's an inclusive resort. And they have a bunch of different rooms that you can choose from. This resort actually has like 2 tiers, right? So you have the basic rooms, which obviously will be cheaper. There's nothing wrong with them. The first time we went, we stayed in the basic room, which is the trendy garden view. So they have like 6 basic rooms that you can get, and then they also have a portion of the resort that's called the towers. So you have the Luxe Tower and the Bash Towers, and those are your more expensive rooms. They're directly in the center of the resort. Meanwhile, their cheaper rooms are on the sides. So whatever your budget is, 9 times out of 10, you should definitely be able to find something for this resort. Now, let me get into a couple things before I give you a room tour. This is not a resort if you're trying to have the utmost luxurious time. That is not what this resort is about. This resort is called the playground for adults. So however you want to take that, that's what they call this place. Okay, so it's not like Sandals or Breathless or anything like that where it's super luxurious and it's super laid back. No, this is legit a party resort. Party 7 days a week. It is a party resort. It's just party, okay? So keep that in mind. When it comes to the feels around the resort, again, it's still nice, it's still clean. The staff is out there working, doing everything to make sure the place is, you know, kept up. But again, this is not a luxury place. So if you are trying to go on your honeymoon, or you're just trying to do something really romantic, or you're trying to relax and breathe, do not book this place, okay? But if you're trying to turn up and have a good time the entire time, and you're trying to see a lot of adult stuff or even participate in a lot of adult stuff, then this is definitely the resort for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple tips, but first we're going to jump right into the room tour. Okay, so this is the front of the building. You'll go up this ramp, get off the van or whatever you traveled in, go up those stairs, and here's the lobby where you'll check in. I'll give you a couple lobby shots. I can't get many because, again, it is a topless resort, and so we have to respect everyone's privacy. So our room was 1005. We were on the 4th floor. And the cool thing about the room that we were in, there were actually only 2 rooms on the 4th floor. So we kind of sort of had like our own private staircase, I guess. So these 2 fenced in doors are doors for housekeeping. And the cool thing is that we had like this extra privacy door here that we could close. And then that's another housekeeping door, that white one. That green one was 1004. And then this is my room, 1005. You will take your wristlet, unlock the door, boom, you're in. So here is our king size room. It's not the trendy garden view. It's like a bump above. So yeah. Here is the closet. It has all the standard things: coffee maker, refrigerator, an ironing board, iron, a safe, a couple drawers, you know, standard stuff. So the other side here is where the ironing board is, as well as the robes, and you can hang all your stuff. You also have an extra blanket there. This room was actually cool. The only things I didn't like much about it was the bed was really firm, and we had the AC on 64, but I swear to God it was more like 84. I'm playing, not 84. It wasn't that hot, but it definitely wasn't 64 in there. But the room is super amazing. It's definitely a step above from the room we had last year, which was the trendy garden view. Did you see that awesome mirror? So huge. And check out the bathroom. It has double vanity, and then look at this mirror. Super sleek. So of course you have all the standards. You have your towels, your shampoo, your lotion, all of that kind of stuff in here. But are you peeping this background wall? I'm going to show you a up close view in the shower. The shower, you had rainfall shower head as well as a handheld with a bench, which is super awesome. And this shower was so spacious. Check out this wall. The wall shows various sex positions. That see-through wall, which like goes out to the balcony, you will see once you get out there. Those positions actually shows the male genitalia on there. So, you know, again, this is a grown and sexy resort. So what would you expect? The TV was really cool. Depending on the rooms you have, you can get free adult channels. So just keep that in mind if that's something important to you. But this room was really, really cool. That mirror, huge, loved it. The balcony was very, very long. I know it's dark. We did check in at nighttime, but in the next video, I'm going to show you the balcony during the day so you can see what it really has to offer. So we did have ocean view and pool view. So that boat you're seeing out there on the water was really cool. It actually shoots off fireworks during the night. Not all night, but they're hosting a party, so it goes off. But yeah, this is the room. Check out the wall again. Standard table and chairs. The chair and table could be better, but you know, look at that. So this is the quiet pool with a little bit of lounge area. Okay, so here is the balcony view. During the day, you see the beautiful water. It is amazing. So this little hut right here that you see, this is actually one of the restaurants. This is restaurant She, S-H-E. You do need reservations for that restaurant. You can see the swim up bar, and then that green little circle-ish top to the left, that is also another restaurant. That is, I think, is Romanza. That is the Italian restaurant. So I do have my notes off to the side. So if you see me off to the side, it's because I'm looking at it, because I want to make sure I give you all the information that I took the time out to type up to make sure I give to you guys. Okay, so the room that we stayed in was a seduction room. Again, we were in room 1005. It was awesome. If you get the chance to book that room, 1005 or 1004, go ahead. Again, those rooms are not in the towers, so they're not, you know, the more expensive rooms, but it is like one of the most expensive for the bottom tier. So as far as the lobby, you should really enjoy it. A lot of people stay in the lobby and they chill out, just do all kind of stuff there. There is a stripper pole and a bar in the lobby, so the lobby does get really lit. So again, while you're there, if you can enjoy the lobby, enjoy it. The pool, there are two pools. You have the quiet pool and the sexy pool. The quiet pool is just what it sounds like. It's off to the side. It's actually the view from the room that I had, as you've seen in the clip. The quiet pool has a swim up bar. There's two restaurants out there, and there's a lot of lounge space, a lot of greenery that you could just see, and then of course you do have access to the beach from the quiet pool, so it's super cool. Then the sexy pool, or the party pool, is just what it sounds like. It is the pool where all the parties take place, where the music is bumping all day, and where games and even parties take place. Alright, so after that, you also have beach access from the sexy pool as well. You literally have beach access from the entire resort, other than the front, obviously, but anywhere from the back. So if you're anywhere on the two sides where the lower tier of the rooms are, you have beach access, and then you have beach access from both pools. Let's talk about the drinks. Now, since this is an all-inclusive resort, the drinks come with your price. So if you do not order a room from, or purchase a room from the towers, or from Premier, which is their timeshare, I'll get into that in a minute, you have bottom shelf drinks, which is literally the same at any freaking resort, unless, again, you're at a super luxurious resort. So the bottom shelf drinks are just that. You know, I mean, depending on the type of vibe you're trying to have while you're there, the drinks will get you where you're trying to go. But if not, remember, you could always bring your own alcohol. When you travel, just make sure you put it in your checked bag. But when you land in Cancun, you'll actually walk through an entire liquor store, so you could also pick up liquor there. And of course, you could buy bottles right from the resort. So there's a bunch of different options, but if you know you can't handle bottom shelf liquor, or you just don't want it, don't get it. Bring your own, or buy it while it's there. Of course, if you buy from the resort, a premium will be attached to it, but bottom shelf it is. And now, if you book a room in the towers, or you become a part of Premier, you get top shelf drinks, and then that's just that. We all know what top shelf is. So the picking is for you, but it doesn't really matter. The bottom shelf is okay. As far as the restaurants, again, there are 7 restaurants. I have not been to all 7, but by far my absolute favorite is the Hibachi. It is called Sutra. That place is amazing, and you have to make reservations for that restaurant. So literally, make your reservation the day of at 3 o'clock, because you can't make it for the next day, and you can't make it before 3 o'clock. So make sure you make your reservation for Sutra, the Hibachi restaurant. Make sure you go ahead and you make that at 3 p.m. for that day. The next restaurant, which I absolutely love, which isn't technically a restaurant, it's just the buffet. Guys, the buffet, the tacos are busting, the fried chicken wings are busting. But the other thing about the buffet is that every single day they're literally switching it up. Like, you're going to get a lot of Mexican food, but you're also going to get a whole bunch of other food, a whole bunch of American food, a whole bunch of finger food, especially since it's the buffet, and it's typically open during the day while everyone's at the pool. So you could get your pizza, you know, whatever it is that you want. 9 times out of 10 they have it there. And I actually enjoy the food there. It's not terrible to me, unlike the Rio and Cabo. This place, I mean, you literally will not go wrong with the chicken wings and the french fries. You just can't. They have a lot of fruit. They have a lot of cereal. If you're a health nut and you still want to, you know, be doing your thing while you're there, they do make a bunch of fresh juices. So, I mean, they literally have stuff for everyone. The only other restaurant that you would need to make a reservation for is She, S-H-E. So She and Suture are the two restaurants that you have to make a reservation for. And both of those reservations start at 3. Like, you could go to make them at 3, but dinner doesn't start until 5. All the other restaurants, you could just literally walk in, they'll sit you down, all of that kind of stuff. As far as the restaurants dealing with COVID, some of them have the hand sanitizers machines out there for you, you know, to use before you go in. Some of them don't, because some of them actually serve you. But of course, the buffet is different. You serve yourself. So you use the hand sanitizer. Just to make a note, last year we went during COVID during the same time, so literally a year ago. It was completely different. I mean, they had sanitizing stations everywhere, and even in a buffet we could not make our own plate. The staff, you know, will make it for us. We'll just tell them what we want. So that is one difference within a year, is that in the buffet you can make your own food now. But everywhere else in the other restaurants, of course, they still bring it to you. Since I'm talking about COVID, all the staff there have on their mask. Again, there is sanitation stations throughout the resort. But of course, none of the guests are wearing theirs. It's optional if they want to. Unlike Ryu, you do not need to wear a mask to place an order at the bars. You just place your orders. And testing for COVID here is $25. So you could either charge it to your room, or you could swipe your card, or you could pay cash, however you want to do it. But testing here is not complimentary. So this will not be a part of your all-inclusive fee. You will have to pay the $25. So let's talk about the activities that they have. So at the pool, there's activities all day. Of course, there's beach volleyball, pool volleyball. At the sexy pool, they play a couple games. We actually played a game and won it. So it's really great. The people that are playing the games with you, they're called Playmakers. You will see them all throughout their day. They're super sexy, typically half naked, whatever the case may be, and super tan. So you will definitely know who the Playmakers are. They'll go around and try to recruit people for games and all this and that, but they're really sweet. They're awesome. And if you don't want to play, just tell them you don't want to play, and that's that. The staff outside of the Playmakers, at least to me, the staff was great. Every single time we've been, the staff has always been super, super, super awesome. I've read reviews where people didn't have the same experience, but that's not the experience I had. The staff is just great. There is a lot of people working in the lobby. So if you're not trying to be a part of Premier, which again is the timeshare, try to steer clear of the lobby, because that's where a lot of their recruits are. And they're just grabbing people trying to, you know, show you the best of the resort, basically to convince you to become a Premier member. And once you book, when you go, they're going to ask you, is this your first time there? I'm not saying to lie, but if you tell them, yeah, that this is your first time there, they are going to put someone on you to take anywhere from an hour to like 3 hours out of your day, trying to show you everything around the resort to convince you to become a Premier member. So again, I'm not encouraging you to lie, but if you know you're not interested in that kind of stuff, or you just won't want to be bothered with it because maybe your trip is too short or whatever the case may be, just tell them you've been there before and they'll leave you alone. So let me tell you a little bit about Premier and the timeshare. So basically you get top shelf liquor. There's an extra bar like on the rooftop that you have access to, but no one's literally up there because everyone's at the sexy pool, the party pool, right? You get discounts on your room, but if you book with the right travel agent, I'm gonna drop her info, you still gonna get perks and discounts and stuff like that. that's pretty much it. And they'll know that you're a Premier member, or you will be able to see different Premier members by the band that they wear. So in the room tour video, you've seen that I unlocked the door with the band that I had on. So the basic room, they have like the silver band. If you stay in the Luxe or Bash Towers, you get I think it's like a gray, I mean not gray, it might be teal, a teal band. Yes, teal. And then if you are a Premier member, meaning you bought into their timeshare, you get a black band. So the other perks that come with being a Premier member is that you get like the cabanas and stuff like that around the pool. You have your own bar at the pool. And at the parties, you could get like your own cabana. And then of course, if you do get top shelf liquor, I'm not sure it's worth the price. The people that I asked while we were there said that it's not worth it. You know, that next time they won't, you know, buy into it. But that's what Premier is. So the safety there, I felt super safe there. My husband actually lost his wallet while we were there, and it was returned with no issues. They do have lifeguards there, medics on site. If you get too lit at the pool, there are people there watching you, and they'll come take care of you, take you back to your room, all of that kind of stuff. So if you get too lit, please believe you won't drown in the pool. Like, there are definitely people around watching to make sure that you're out the pool and you could get to your room to safety. Really quick, let's talk about the gym, salon, and spa. I've been to the gym. It was awesome. It's fully equipped. It's very clean. The guy that works in there is making sure everything stays clean. Then, of course, you as a guest have to do your part to make sure you're wiping down machines after you use them. I did not go to the salon or spa, so I can't tell you much about that. The gift shop literally has everything that you need. Everything that you need. Everything that you might need. Everything that you might need, whether it's sex stuff for the parties, you just forgot something, and then of course they have like little over-the-counter stuff if for whatever reason, you know, you have an upset stomach or anything like that. And then if you needed anything further medical wise, there is a pharmacy literally directly across the street, so you could just walk across the street to get anything else that you need. The business center only has 3 computers. I didn't see any printers, so I'm not really sure how much work you could get done there, but if you needed to get some work done, they do have computers there. The Wi-Fi is pretty decent. You don't need a password. That is something that they changed from last year, so you shouldn't have issues with the Wi-Fi. What else? Sorry for looking off so much. It's not wheelchair accessible, but if you've ever seen people like on the scooters because they sprained their ankle or broke their ankles or something like that, it is scooter accessible, but not necessarily wheelchair accessible. And I'm not going to say that it's not, since you have to go up so many ramps. It's probably really hard to be in a wheelchair, and by far easier if you just have a scooter. So if you do happen to get injured by the time you have your trip booked and you're there, if you're on a scooter, at least you will be fine. What else? Okay, so let me tell you guys about the parties. So the reason I booked this resort last year, which was the first time we had went, was because that they are the only resort in Cancun that has a party every single day, 7 days a week. So if for whatever reason you can only get your vacation time from Monday to Friday or something like that, you can go to this resort and turn up every single night as if it's Friday or a Saturday night. That's the one thing I really, really love about that place, is that no matter the day, there's going to be a party. Now, every party is themed. So whether you already have the outfit or want to buy the outfit, whatever the case may be, they actually have theme parties every single night. And of course, the gift shop sells all of these themed clothes just in case you want to participate. You do not have to be in theme to participate in the parties. The Playmakers are always going to be, you know, dressed up. You don't have to. Like, you literally could be there in whatever you want. But if you want to play along, you absolutely can. Now, the people that are there always play along. Like, they play along, okay? So just keep that in mind. The parties are really fun. Now, let's talk about the music. The pool party during the day is cool, like when they're playing the games and activities at the pool. It's cool, but since we were there for 5 nights and I wasn't drunk the whole time, unlike last time, I did notice that the music sets are repetitive. Like, they literally play the same set every single night at the parties, no matter what the theme party is. They have a point in time throughout the party where you can come and request songs. But it's pretty much the same set. Don't worry, I did let them know that. So hopefully they'll change that up. They play a lot of Mexican music. Of course, it's in Mexico, but even though it's in Mexico, a lot of natives actually come to the resort. So of course they play to the crowd. They play a lot of hip hop, which can be anywhere from like the 90s to today's music. Literally it just is sporadic. The music's everywhere. But again, when you're drunk, you know, you don't really care about any of that kind of stuff. You're just having a good time. And then again, especially when the people around you are having such a good time, you kind of stop worrying about the music and what year it came out. They do serve food at the parties that are at nighttime. And typically it's like burgers, the chicken wings, the french fries, the tacos, stuff like that. And again, it's so good. So they're not having you party at 2 o'clock in the morning with no food. They're definitely taking care of you there. The uniqueness about this resort that I haven't gotten to yet, I've been trying to save it, that this is actually a topless resort. Well, at least that's an option. Obviously guys typically don't have tops on, but it's also optional for women. So with that being said, you cannot have your phone out at the resort. So when you get there for the first time, they typically put like a little sticker over the camera so that you're not tempted to, you know, take pictures. And the reason being is if you're there and I'm topless and you're taking a picture and I accidentally happen to be in it, then you're kind of, you know, intruding in my privacy. And then especially if you go post it or send it to somebody. So they are really, really strict as far as what I've seen about, you know, you not taking pictures. So that's why I really only have the room tour for you guys, because the women are dang near naked. They're in thong bikinis with no top. So yeah, you just really won't have your phone like that. The other unique things is that this resort will throw you a divorce party, like all of that kind of stuff is really, really great. Now, let me get to some other unique things that you need to know about this place. When my husband and I first went, let me show you, we wear these rubber little bands. He typically wears a black one, and we didn't know at the time, but when we got there, the guy that was helping us check in, he did inform us that when men wear like these rubber black bands, not on their left hand, because obviously my husband's was on his left hand, but when you're drunk, who can really tell your left from your right, right? But if men wear their black band on their right hand, on the ring finger, it's a sign that they swing. So this resort has quote unquote a rep for it being like swingers and, you know, the LGBT community, but that's really here nor there. Honestly, what it is that this resort welcomes everyone and they don't make anyone feel uncomfortable about themselves or their lifestyles. Unlike other resorts, you know, let's just say you're a gay couple, whether it's men or women, and you go to a super luxurious resort, you know, a lot of times they frown down on that, especially if you're being romantic in public. But here at Temptation, they do not care. Like, they literally do not care. They do not care. They're so open. They're so welcoming. They do not care about your lifestyle. Like, live your best life. There's no judgment, literally. So again, the black band on the right hand for guys is a signal that you swing. Now, for women, Let me show you. We do not swing, by the way. We learned about this trip that we were there. I have a name chain. It says my name, Mia. And I didn't have it last year. I actually just got it as a gift a couple weeks ago. And of course I wore it, right? But this trip, I was highly informed and quickly realized that when women wear their name on a chain, it signifies that they are open to threesomes with one woman and one man. I definitely was getting hit on a lot, and I didn't find out maybe until like the third night that we were there, that someone informed me about the necklace, and I was like, oh my God, this is why so many people have been coming up. So yeah, there's a lot of things. Again, typically the person that helps you check in, they will tell you all of these things. They will tell you, you know, that there are swingers there, that, you know, there are people from the LGBT community there. But again, everyone's there to vacay, have a good time. If someone does come up to you, you just turn them down. You just politely say no, and they'll move on about their business, okay? It's not one of those things where people are constantly pressuring you. Remember, they don't know you, you don't know them, so they don't know if you're okay with it. They don't know if you're a part of that community or whatever the case may be, you know. So if it comes to a point where they ask or anything like that, you just be honest. You tell them no, that you're not interested, or, you know, yeah, you are interested, and that's that. But it's no big deal. Like, it's all cool vibes there. What else? I'm sorry. Yeah, so the other thing is to talk to you about the beach. So of course, on the beach, there are people there selling you excursions and tours, which is great. People at the resort are also selling you the same thing. But on the beach, there are all other type of merchants. There are people selling you hats, bracelets, coconuts, all type of stuff. You are going to be asked. If you're on the beach, there's no way around it. They're going to ask you. Just tell them no. They'll go on about their business. But they are hustlers, and usually you could talk them down whatever price that they are offering you for whatever products. But just know that if you go to the beach, you are going to have to say no to a lot of people. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, the other super crazy unique thing that just blows my mind there is that they do drugs there. They will offer you drugs. They will ask if you have some. They will ask if you know who to get it from. Again, if that's not your lifestyle, you just tell them no and they'll move around. But literally, if you're trying to just have a great time where no one's judging you, anything like that, I promise you, this is the place to go. It's so free. The food is great. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. And the staff and the actual guests that are there, they're all great. Again, if you cannot handle being around topless women, please do not go, because these women are free. They are, you know, not trying to worry about pervs or anything like that, whether you're a man or a female. You know, like, if you can't be around a woman that is topless or in a thong bikini, this is not the place for you. And I mean, these people are friendly. They will hug you, boobies out, everything. That is the video for today. I hope I gave you all the information that you needed. I will give this resort a 4 out of 5. I absolutely love this place. Honestly, the only thing I do not like about this resort is that they don't have much variety with the music set. But again, if enough people tell them, or whatever the case may be, maybe they'll figure it out and they'll do a better job. But this place is amazing. I encourage you to go. If you need to book this place and you need help, hit up my girl Precious at Precious Getaways. She's a travel agent, and she'll help you out with all of your needs. Make sure you get the best deal, discount, transfers, airport transfers, and stuff like that. She is amazing. So again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. And I'll see you next time.